Proven traffic strategies. In this video series, we're going to go over the steps and the tactics that you need to take to get a continuous flow of evergreen traffic to your website. Like it says here on the screen, without traffic, you really have nothing. You could have the best page, you could have the best blog, the best offer in the world, okay? But if you don't get enough traffic in front of it, all of your efforts are for nothing. It doesn't matter if you're trying to be a successful affiliate marketer, sell your own product, if you want to really cash in with CPA networks or anything with the offline marketing that's happening right now. It all revolves around that one important thing called traffic. This is why there's so much emphasis put on traffic by the internet marketing community. And it may seem like a new traffic product, loophole, or strategy comes out every day, and you get an email about them every day. Well, in this video series here, you're going to get a proven evergreen system that will allow you to get traffic for any keyword you choose in any niche market you choose, okay? And this isn't a flash in the pan, fly-by-night traffic system that you can roll out and tomorrow it won't be working, it won't do anything for you because some company updated the way that they do things. What you're about to learn is something that will be scalable, that can be applicable to any niche like that you're going into, and you can pretty much roll it out as needed. That's why we call these tactics evergreen tactics, okay? Because they've worked very well in the past, they continue to work very well right now, and they're going to work in the future. It's not based on any trickery, it's not based on some loophole, it's not based on any black hat marketing or anything like that. And if you really step back and take a look at it, it's a win-win situation for both you and the search engines. The search engines need you because they're going and they're aggregating your data. They're scraping your data and they're putting it in their engine so that they can monetize it. They're putting links on the side. They're putting the AdWords there. They're selling other services around your traffic. So the least you could do is pretty much rank your site where you want to in their engines. And that's what this course is going to give you. This is a step-by-step how to set things up and repeat the process over and over again for each and every site that you do. And later we'll go into how you can even outsource it, okay, so that you're not doing all of the tasks that it takes to get your sites ranked. In essence, you're going to learn how to control traffic. Controlling traffic can give you everything that you want in life. As an internet marketer, focusing on sales pages and the latest video techniques and the latest Facebooking and things like that, that's fine, but being able to control it boils down to being able to control traffic, okay? If you can control and direct traffic where you want, you'll never have to worry about money another day in your life. That's just a fact. Whether you're using that traffic for your own offers, you know, or if you can't write a lick of copy and you're sending that traffic to someone else's offers. By controlling traffic, you control your financial future, your financial freedom. So what you're going to learn is pretty much how to create traffic on demand. All right. In this video, we're going to show you the ways that you can set different strategies in place that will give you sustainable traffic that's going to last and last and last for a very long time. And like we said, the traffic won't cost you anything. You set this system up once, you put it in place, and then the traffic that you get for that particular funnel, and we'll show you that there's different funnels that you set up for each product, offer, service, or whatever campaign that you're setting up. That traffic will last and it will continue to build over time and it will outrank anything that you've seen online. This is not a complicated process. Okay, a lot of people make getting free traffic more complicated than it has to be, and that's because most of the emphasis is on trying to trick the search engines. When in all actuality, if you just go and you give the search engines what they want and you play by the rules, but you do it better than everybody else, and you use a couple of tools that give you a little bit of leverage, you can get some tremendous results. Now, the way that this is formatted, it's going to be a step-by-step process, okay? I would strongly suggest going through each of the steps first, okay? Going through the entire process so that you can see that how all the pieces of the puzzle fit together. If you do that, then you'll be able to go through, and as you proceed and you're actually applying this to your business, you'll know what's coming ahead of the curve, okay? So that you'll know why you're doing what we told you to do. It may not make sense at first, but if you go through this video completely, you'll know why you're doing it, and it'll make more sense why you're doing it, or if you even want to outsource it, and you can plan your time accordingly. Once you get this process down, and it makes sense to you, you've effectively driven traffic, you've got one of your sites or your offers ranked in the search engines, okay? I'm talking about number 1, 2, 3 spot for your keyword, and you see the traffic coming in, Okay, you've effectively set up a profit funnel. Hopefully at that point you'll be profitable. The traffic will be there. If not, it's just a matter of tweaking, because the hard part is done. And then you can wash, rinse, and repeat. You can do it for your next product, or your next affiliate offer, or your next client that you're working with. Okay, you can apply this traffic anywhere. The point is that you're controlling the traffic with a step-by-step process. Eventually, you may also want to replace yourself. All right, if you have a system and you know that it's working and it's starting to get repetitive, and each of the steps are not going to change. All right, it's just the content that you're using within the steps that's going to change. So you might as well look at replacing yourself. And we're going to talk about how to start outsourcing to get people to do the steps in the system for you. By doing this, you really fully automate your business, and it really can turn into that dream of push button traffic. You can select your keywords, send a couple of messages to your team. They go out and they start applying the steps. And in a short while later, you're instantly ranked and you're getting traffic. Okay, so with that said, let's look at our first section here, SEO domination. All right, turning on the faucet to free traffic. There's a lot of tactics and techniques out there for getting traffic, paid and free. There's more free tactics out there than you could ever know what to do with your business. All right, but the fact of the matter still remains that the lion's share of the free traffic is going to come from the search engines, people who are actively searching for your products and services. And this also can include videos that are found in search engines. This includes product listings, but the search engines send a huge amount of traffic, free traffic, every day to savvy business people and bloggers and who are able to optimize their sites. And even the ones that don't do it intentionally, they still reap the reward of having it done in a way that the search engines think that they're important enough. Once you learn how to get rankings and get traffic, you can pretty much make your own sort of search engine keyword portfolio. Okay, you can dominate any niche that you go after. You can promote any business. You can do crazy things with product launches. All right. And you can just start shooting up the ranks as a super affiliate, because you are directing the search engine's traffic to your offer. And if you're going to jump on the wave right now, offline marketing and helping businesses get their search engines ranked, well, you want to pay particular attention to what's being taught here, because you can do it, and it's going to be a lot easier for you because there's a lot less competition. There's not too many local plumbers that you're going to have to battle against, in Idaho, that to get their site ranked in the top of the search engines. Now, there's more nowadays than there was just a year ago, because everybody's getting on this local marketing bandwagon. But the tools, the point I'm getting across is that the tools and the tactics that you're learning in this section, you can spread them out all across the board. What I'd ask is that during this time where you're actually learning this process, don't jump into any other traffic systems and things like that and say you want to mix and match, because there's a lot of hype-filled products out there that are all about gaming the search engines. All right, what I'd suggest is try this with one keyword for one product, or one keyword, one service that you want to rank for. All right, and then see how that goes. See how high your rankings get, and then it's just a matter of, like I said, rinse and repeating and multiplication. How many first page rankings do you want to get at that point? You see, we're not looking to try to trick Google to expose this as some type of loophole or something like that, and that's why we're able with this system to get the sites ranked so quickly. All right, and more importantly, our sites actually stay there. You're going to have the peace of mind that you're going to be able to get sites ranked where you want them to be, and they'll be able to last and survive for years to come. There have been Google updates yearly. Okay, it's like Caffeine, Panda, all kind of crazy names that just come out year after year after year, and none of our sites for the past 4 years have been affected in any way by these updates, because we've built them not using some sort of new tactic or strategy, but doing it in a way that Google has publicly announced that they want their sites built, that the way that they read sites, the way that they index sites. This system will allow you to leverage that, and they will be update proof. This ranking system also works very, very fast. So fast that it's almost competing with someone. If it was you and another person going after the same keyword, he would have logged into his AdWords account and set up a keyword campaign and to pay for traffic for that keyword campaign. in less than 2 or 3 weeks, depending on the keyword, you could be ranking for the keyword that he's paying for, except your user would be doing it naturally. Okay, and certainly after the first month or two, you would have that first, second, third spot on the organic listings locked up pretty quickly. All right, and then all your traffic would be for free. Now you may be asking, what can you rank for? Is this only for long-term keywords that I'm going after, long-tail keywords, 5, 6 keywords long? Absolutely not. Okay, you can rank for anything. Anything. All right, if you want to rank for make money online, you can do it. It's just going to take a little bit longer. And you're going to have to do a lot more of what you're about to learn. You have to apply more of the same. What I suggest, and we will go over this with the keyword research, is going after profitable keywords that you can easily dominate. Competition is going to be a non-issue with this, as you'll soon see. Okay, so let's take a look at how we're going to do our keyword research. The keyword research really depends on what you're trying to achieve. You may have an AdSense site, okay, and you may need to have a handful of related keywords that you want to fill that site with, that you want to build articles around. Okay, that would dictate one type of keyword research that you would need. You may have an affiliate site where you're just doing a review blog based around one product. So obviously you want to build that entire site around that one keyword. If you're doing that, and that one keyword will be the keyword that gets a decent amount of searches, that has people looking for it, that is that are buying audience, that they're actually looking, shopping, ready to purchase. They're in the state of mind that they're ready to buy. That's what you want to build an affiliate review site around. It could be your own product. Okay. What I'm going to suggest is that for your keyword research, you go for one keyword. Okay, it's a very, very simple approach. Go for the one keyword that people are looking for your product or service. If you're an affiliate, then more than likely it's going to be the name of the product, okay, or some sort of benefit that the product has. And the first thing I would do is when we go to Google, let's say we want to lose a weight loss product, and the keyword we want to rank for, we want to build a blog on a keyword for losing weight. All right, lose weight fast. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm coming to Google, and we're going to put in lose weight. And as I start typing, if you have Google Instant on in your Google search, you'll see that these suggestions will come up. And this is what Google is saying that is most popular from top to bottom, what people are looking for, because they want to kind of help you finish typing for you, as if they're reading your mind. They're trying to show that they are what other people have been typing in, which is popular, and you're probably looking for the same thing. Well, this is my first confirmation, because now that I see lose weight fast is right here at the top, I know that a lot of people put that in, but they also give you other suggestions. Lose weight in a week, lose weight in 2 weeks, and so on. We'll go with the lose weight fast. Actually, we'll go with lose weight in a week. At some point, you're going to have to decide, do you want to go after a keyword that gets tons of traffic and takes longer to rank for, or go after a key phrase that still gets a good amount of traffic and you can rank for almost immediately and get lots of those. All right. If you're up for a challenge, I would go for the lose weight fast, and it'll be doable. It'll just take a little extra time. If you're pressed for time, you can put together a handful of sites or a handful of keywords like this and rank for. We found that using this tool is one of the best things. And it's as simple as it is, but the main reason is because they don't get listed here unless people are actually typing them in. And they're actually typing them up, and it's getting decent volume to the keyword. All right. So what you'll find is that you'll come into here and you'll just start putting in root words, lose, and just see what Google gives you. Lose belly fat. If you had a site on losing weight, it may not even have occurred to you that you can use the phrase, that people are typing in lose belly fat. So now you go in and put lose belly. Now you see even more words. So now you have lose belly fat women, lose belly fat diet. These are all keywords that people are actually typing in. Keyword tools are kind of finicky. They'll rearrange words sometimes, and they'll give you vague numbers and descriptions. They never really tell you exactly what's going on. This is the closest thing to having your finger on Google's pulse of what people are actually typing in that you'll find online. All right, and it's free and it's simple. The next thing I do is just go over to the AdWords keyword tool, which you can just type in keyword tool into Google, and it's the first listing there, and you'll see a page something like this. They change it all the time, but in one way or another, it will look like enter your keyword and some sort of captcha. All right, so you're just going to search for that keyword that you just uncovered, and we'll see a list of words that comes up. And you'll see if you put this on exact match over on the left-hand side, the search volumes of these keywords. How to lose belly fat is getting 74,000 monthly searches. All right, what you're looking for is a keyword that gets a healthy search volume. I'm not going to give you a set number because it depends on what you're trying to achieve. If you have a product that you're making $1,000 per sale and you're getting 50 visitors a month and one of those visitors is buying, well then you can see how that would be different if you got 20,000 visitors a month and none of them click your ads, your AdSense. It depends on the type of site that you're building. But I will say that you've already tapped into the keyword that you're looking for that people are actually typing in, lose belly fat. So now that you're here on the Google AdWords tool, it can give you variations to the way that people are actually typing in that get the most searches. So there's no question about it that I would come in here and I would pick off some of these words and save for future reference. You're only going to work with one at a time. But you can see here the best ways to lose belly fat. This is easy pickings right here. 18,000 monthly searches. All right. Even some of these 9,000. I mean, this is a phrase here that you could, if you bought this domain and you apply this system, you'd be ranked for that more than likely in less than the next few weeks, next couple of weeks. And we have exercises to lose belly fat. All right. So you're starting just from the one phrase. You see lots and lots of potential here, and I actually may jump on a couple of these before the day's over. But overall, you know now that you found whatever your product was, you found keywords that people are actually typing in for it. You've validated it that it gets really good search volume, okay? And that's pretty much it. And now you can move on to competition. You don't have to get the expensive keyword tools. There's nothing fancy about, you pick a keyword that describes your product, your service, or the purpose of your site. You validate it, make sure that it gets traffic, real traffic, and then you can proceed. A lot of people will spend weeks doing this, and it shouldn't be that way. Just go ahead and pick the word that best describes. More than likely, it'll be the product name. If the product name gets good traffic, you're gold. Okay? If the product name, if people are searching, if you validate it and you see inside of Google that people are actually typing it in, and it's getting traffic, you are gold because you can dominate for that word and rank for it on the first page within the first 3 listings. Usually 9 out of 10 times, very, very quickly. One thing I want to show you is that if you're an AdSense publisher, if you're building sites strictly for AdSense, there is something that you need to realize that about AdSense and estimated amounts that you're going to get paid for your clicks. Let's see, with this lose belly fat example, they'll come over here and they'll see, oh, okay, approximate CPC. Let's say this is the approximate cost per click that you might pay if you were to bid on the keyword. So people say, oh, okay, automatically I know that if people, and let's move this over so you can see, people are going to pay 86 cents for this keyword, I know that Google's going to give me 60% of that for my AdSense clicks. And this is a huge mistake. That's not true. It's a common misconception, and I'm going to show you how to see the real AdSense pricing really quickly. Let's just take this keyword here. Oh, let's just lose belly fat. You want to go up to reporting and tools, and you're going to come down to the contextual targeting tool. Now, in this contextual targeting tool, you can put in lose belly fat. And this is a tool that's pretty much going to say inside of the contextual, the content network, what the suggested bid would be. This is what your site would be using. All right, your site is going to be showing ads, so it's a contextual ad. So you just put in your keyword here, and that was found inside of the reporting and tools section up here, by the way. And you click search, and what should come back is the actual suggested bid. There you go. So here it is. The suggested ad group name, what they're saying for the keyword lose belly fat, and here's keywords within that group. They're telling you how they suggest that you target for your for the site. and it says lose belly fat. How do you lose belly fat? How to lose belly fat? So these are extra keywords that you can use. And this price here is more like the price that you would see per click if you're doing AdSense. Okay, so it's just a quick tip. Well, it would be a percentage of this, usually 68. You can take 68% of this number here, and that's what you're going to get. All right, some keywords that other marketers may pass on because it says, oh, this is 20 cents, right? You come here to this contextual targeting tool, you take a look at this, and you'll see that it really pays out a lot more. Just a quick tip for all you AdSense people. Competition analysis. All right. A lot of people are surprised. A lot of the coaching people that we work with and clients that we work with, they're really surprised when they see that we really don't pay attention to the competition. Okay. Sometimes we'll go and we'll check the page rank, and we'll, you can use different, if you use Firefox, there's different Firefox plugins that you can use for this, and SEO Quake and things like that. And you can go and you'll check the competition. These tools will bring back the page rank, how many links coming in. We don't bother with it with a lot of the keywords, and the reason is because you can pretty much surpass the competition that you're going after, unless you're picking a word like, I don't know, home business or make money or something like that. And remember, you can still dominate those as well. It's just that they have to do more of the same, so it may take more time. But if you're not going anything for any two-word extreme, extremely highly competitive, Forex marketing or Forex trading, things like that. If you're not going after that, competition is not going to be an issue for you, because a lot of marketers think that they're automatically competing with the 20 million results that it's showing in Google, and you're not. You're competing with those first 10 listings on Google's front page. Okay, you're leapfrogging one of those people to position your site. That's your only competition, those first 10. You don't care about the rest. All right, you don't care about being on page 2, 3, or 4. At least you won't when you finish this video. All right, you're worried about those first 10. So if you want to go glance at the page rank of the first 10 and the backlinks and all that stuff, you can if you're going after something that's really, really competitive. But if you're going after lose belly fat, reduce belly fat, the name of a product for in ClickBank, or the name of a product if you're an Amazon marketer, or the latest stereo that you want to rank for, or the snowblower that you'll get $150 commissions off of, you don't have to worry about competition, because they won't hold a flame to what you're about to learn. Now, what you do need to be concerned with is applying the system specifically, and choosing specifically like the same way every time, and choose the proper domain name. Okay, this is where it all starts. Choosing the domain with domain selection. It's very, very important to get the exact keyword of the search that you want to rank for. Okay, there's been a lot of back and forth about this, but just trust me on it, and get the exact domain name. Don't put a prefix, no suffixes, and don't even hyphen the thing. You need the exact domain name. A lot of people want to go and put a little hyphen, lose-belly-fat. Okay, and let's take a look real quick, and I'll show you what I mean. So let's say here we are, we're going to check the domain, and let's say we're going after the lose weight fast example that we saw. Fast, all taken. That's the domain that you want, whether that's a .com, .net, or .org. Those are the only endings that you would want. .biz or info, anything like that. All right, and you don't want to come in here, like I said, and you don't want to start putting hyphens everywhere, trying to make it work. And even if you do that, you can see that that's taken. All right, so you don't want the hyphens. You don't even want to do what most marketers do by adding something like lose weight fast online, or no suffix, no prefix. You just want it just like that. How is it going to work? It's already taken. What you'll find is that if you go through, okay, if we really, really want to promote a popular product, let's say that we have the product's name, and of course you don't want to use any trademark names or anything like that, but most of the products that you'll promote won't have an issue with that, unless it's like you're buying Sony PlayStation.com or Apple. They don't like anybody buying Apple anything. But if it's a product like, let's say a lot of people are looking for Power 90X, the workout program, and you say P90X review. Say that it gets a ton of searches because people want to know if Power 90X works, and you really want that domain. What you can do is you can go to the end of this domain here, and all we simply do is you put a V at the end, and look what happens. The .com is available, okay, And you're saying, wait a minute, why the hell would I put a V at the end? That's not the exact keyword. This method, by doing this, it gives you the freedom to pretty much pick any keyword that you want because Google negates the V. Okay, they don't see the V. They look at it as more as an accident. In their eyes, you have an exact match domain name. All right, so now you can go get the .com, and it looks like you have Power90xreview.com. You might as well have that. The V gets ignored. So now this opens up everything for you. All right, and sometimes if the V is not available, because here's a hint for you, by the way, if the V is not available, you know there's another person who knows this secret as well that's going after that same domain name. All right, so if the V is not available, you can put an X on the end, and it'll be the same thing. As long as it's a letter that wouldn't naturally occur at the end, you know. So if it was let's say if it was Power90X review, we wouldn't want to add an S because that's reviews. That really makes a real word. You want a letter that would not naturally appear there. The V in, you know, that wouldn't appear at the end. But an S, you could be saying reviews, so it wouldn't work. In the long run, don't take that lightly. That one tip will probably bring you more profit than you paid for this course. When you register your domain name, you want to make sure that you at least do it for 2 years. Really, if you can do it, 5 years is the best, okay? And you don't want to hide any of your contact details with the whois or anything like that, because Google is really smart, okay? And they pick up and they take into effect everything. Everything has a spot in their algorithm, all right? And a lot of marketers, a lot of smart marketers have come to find that people who registers their domain name for at least 2 years and don't block their contact information, they look like a more serious of a business. Okay, they have nothing to hide, and that affects the rankings for one reason or another. We've tested it over and over and over again. 5 years will outrank a 2, given the exact same situation, the exact same keywords, the exact same content, and everything like that. Side by side, the 5-year would outrank the 2-year-old, and the one that has the contact information blocked would suffer from, and would be underneath of the one that is open about their business. As a matter of preference, the platform that we like to use with almost every site that we create, no matter if it's a sales letter now, or if it's an AdSense site, or if it's a review site, or any other site, even e-commerce sites now, can be built on the WordPress platform. Why WordPress? Well, we like to do what works, and we like to follow a system and rinse and repeat. And we've noticed consistently over the past few years that WordPress sites in every shape, way, and fashion have been outranking static sites. We used to build all sites statically using front page, HTML, index files, and we still will occasionally for different purposes, but WordPress sites are absolutely is the best thing since sliced bread. The reason is that so many people, that there's a huge community behind the platform, if you don't know that already. So wherever there's a huge open source community where the community members can contribute back to the community and make the product better, it's nothing but good things. All right, and WordPress users are some of the most creative of people that I've ever seen. They've found more ways to use WordPress than any other platform that I've ever noticed online. Okay, you can have a WordPress retail store, you can have a WordPress accounting system, you can have WordPress everything, because you can put these little plugins in, and these plugins and themes can convert your site, all right, into whatever you want it to be. You want it to be an AdSense site, fine. If you want it to be a real estate selling site, fine. You can make it turn into a help desk, all right? So make sure the WordPress theme is simple, make sure the theme is SEO friendly, and make sure that it's not too distracting to take away from the content. All right. With WordPress, you can install the plugins, and the plugins that we use are the free plugins that you see here on the screen, the Platinum SEO Pack, or any other SEO plugin that you'll find in the WordPress dashboard. Any WordPress SEO Checker plugin. This is a plugin. There's several of them on the market. We'll give you a list of them in the resources section. You can choose one of them. They all do the same thing pretty much. But for every post you make, it's going to give your post an SEO score. Okay? And the SEO score is going to say 1% or 100 up to 100%. And the closer you get to that 100%, it's saying, well, that post is perfectly optimized for the target keyword that you're going after. So if it's at 50%, you're halfway there, and 80%, and so on. All right, there's a lot of those in the market. Check them out in the resources section. And you also want to have a Google XML sitemap plugin. And what this is going to do is give you the ability to submit the sitemap to Google so that Google spiders your site more frequently, and they really deep index you and get everything on your site indexed and ranked as fast as possible. To install your blog, if you don't already know, you just go into your cPanel, which would be your blog address /cPanel. And you click on this little happy face guy here. This would be the Fantastico. And once that comes up, you would just go over to the left and click on WordPress here. And your installation. By doing that and just entering it in your admin details and password, you'll be able to go ahead and have WordPress installed. So now that you have that and you have your keyword and you have everything set up, you're all squared away and ready to get your on-page SEO going. And this is going to allow you to optimize your posts for the highest rankings possible. So in the next section, we'll go over the on-page SEO strategies that we use on a daily basis to make sure that you have a site that is ranking worthy, okay? That is worthy of getting the ranking that you're about to send the juice, the search engine juice that you're about to send it. Your site has to have the capabilities to receive it, okay? In other words, when we go to our off-page ranking section, you're going to be sending a lot of power and juice back to this site that you're trying to rank for. And if your site doesn't support it, it's all wasted for nothing, okay? If your site isn't optimized properly, you're not going to get maximize the link juice and the power that you're sending back to your site.